This is 80. No, this is 90. Yeah, 90. It's a team board. All the team boards were black. All the earlier Sims boards, all the team ones were black, except for a very few protos that were white, and then there's a couple of red ones that are floating around. Those are back in the archives. And I've got another white one. I was one of the original pipe guys. Every contest, I was always in the pipe. So I'd draft the pros and go, you want to ride it? Show up here. After practice is done, be here with shovels. You know, when the cat guy's done, then we'll start shaping. And then the hips and all the rails and stuff didn't come around until like 90, 91. Just something different. Like, oh, cool, a little twist on the original. Because we didn't do that the first year, or the first 3 years. Pipe builder's job was never done.
Mike Chantry, he was kind of like our father figure to hold Tahoe's like skate scene together. He had Mile High ramp, but he was like who kind of took care of Terry and was always at the contests and became a judge, and he's kind of like a local guy, you know, who put it all together for people around here for quite a few years. For our generation, basically.
Hey Don, it's a lovely day. Come on.
It's a lovely day in the neighborhood. Here we are, Donner skiing.
Where snowboarders and skiers can get along. There's no way they're gonna get their hands dirty. Gunny and all them doing this stuff. That's why they have the machines.
Gunny doesn't know what a shovel is. Where's Frank Wells when you need him?
Yep. Frank he would kick ass on this.
Yeah, Frank has definitely shovel pipes. The Zog would be about another 6-8 feet over my head.
Or a dragon.
This is like a new pipe that's not even the top of a normal super pipe. Request of Jeff Brushie, he wanted it a little bit deeper this year, so we're trying to make Jeff happy, I think.
Oh, Brushie's gonna show?
Yeah, he's in Reno for a poker tournament, so
okay.
He'll be here tomorrow.
He's not gonna injure his elbow at the tournament, is he?
Nah, Brush is good.
Okay.
Tom Zekas, who's supposed to be here, is the head judge on that tour, and then Brushie's been doing X Games and do tour for the last few years, and Rippy's supposed to be here too, Diggy. Another guy. The cool thing is taking pros like Rippy, Brushie, and like Guillaume Morissette, who's got a U.S. Open win behind him, taking guys like that and bringing them into judging. Just brings more validity to the judging staff at those big events.
Don BOSTICK, who was a shop owner, but now, you know, he ran Go Skate or Go Home. But then he started like some of the first amateur snowboard series, and has been involved in like skating. He puts on X Games and for snowboarding and all the big skate contests. Also, you name it, like he's pretty much involved in all those.
That's why they invented the pipe dragon and the Zog and everything else, so we wouldn't have to come back and do this crap. If anybody wants anything else, you know where the shovels are. In the morning, if they want to shovel another run, go for it. That's the way it was in the beginning. If you didn't like it, there's a shovel, go dig it. If you still don't like it, TS. We'd come out, have the cat, ride with the cat guy, dig it out, Tom Sims, you know, or myself. We'd dig out the first 3 pipes. And then everybody would show up to practice, and we'd all give out shovels, and there'd be 30 to 50 guys with shovels running around the pipe digging their own trannies and hits. And one year we wound up with like 100 hits, freeways all over the pipe. So even if you missed where you wanted to go, you still had an option. So there was options, you know, A through Z. Oh, I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
I see the lines. The line's going to be over there, but at least it's cleaned up with.
Human oxygen.
Yeah.
That's cool. They can pop a little in here.
Yeah.
When Don and Danielle Bostic came to Donner Ski Ranch and came to work for me, I was the major owner along with my wife and my family, and I had a lot of stockholders, and we were all homebred stockholders. This was just a family place. They'd come, the stockholders would come and help paint, fix, cook. If I needed a bartender, needed a dishwasher, that's the way this place was in the original days. When I took over in 1958, I got on the phone and called all my friends and said, I'm running Donner Ski Ranch, help! And they all showed up. And that's how we got the place going. But when Don and Danielle showed up, that was the start of doing things. And then snowboarding came along and they stepped right into that because they were skateboarders. We went from 25,000 skier visits to 54,000 in 3 years. That's how much it increased. And all of that basically was snowboarding. We didn't know this was going to happen. Didn't have a clue. Every snowboarder would show up with their snowboard and their shovel, and they'd start working on the pipe. And what you're looking at is truly about what it was. So everybody would put in their individual hit. This was the place they were going to do their trick and stuff. And that's what it was. And you can see today there was a lot of hand shoveling on this pipe, and that's what made it. But I'm a little disappointed now because it's kind of lost that really homegrown attitude that it had early on when the kids just came hardcore to have fun. They were all streetwise. They plain came and said, I don't know if I can say this, you can take it out. They just plain said, fuck you. We're going to have fun. Leave us alone. And I says, give me $10 and I'll leave you alone all day long. And this is kind of a place that really helped get it started with them. But without their help, it might have been a lot harder. Might have been a few years in coming, but I don't think it would have happened as quick.
Warm up. Can we? Who was the first snowboard stuff? I was. The hardest part about the day, trying to get the Fast X buckles on. It's like the game. I don't know. Hopefully the Fast X holds out through the day. It is, like what, 25+ year old plastic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no high backs. Yeah, well, these are LL Bean thrills, yeah. They're actually the original ones I used to ride in. Yeah. Oh, this has a metal edge and they inlaid. Oh, okay.
See? It's all coming back. First run of the year. Let me click in. Clicked. Here, come over here. See this, see that tree with that cliff right there? Mm-hmm. That's the first cliff I ever went off, like probably 20 years ago. That's the first cliff I ever went off. Wow. It's probably about 15 feet, and I thought it was like 115 feet. The first one ever. Did I land it? No. Yeah. I'm scared. Way up there. Altitude. I gotta train. First run of the year. So we got perfect weather. 2 to 3 mile an hour nor'easterlies. I think we're looking good. Okay. It's just like riding a bike. Except for, oh God. Look how far this pipe goes down. Goes down for about 1.5 miles. I can't even get up one. Okay, we're gonna try another one.
For real, dude.
There's some.
That is so hard what he's doing. I couldn't go down a pipe on a back hill. The only thing I'm thinking about on a back hill is a powdery field.
Well, I think hence the name back.
I don't think that pipes were around either then, so it's not really meant to be. So that's pretty gnarly.
We're here at the Geritol Open, and riding with some old timers and talking about kind of some of the people that influenced me growing up. And I would say probably, at least of the people here, I would say probably Chris Roach was the biggest for me. When I first got into it, Fall Line Films was the big film company, and we'd watch those films. I mean, we're talking about films that were not half-hour little quick snippets of snowboard porn like they put on now, you know, like, oh, shot, 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 let's go. Chris Roach was definitely one of those guys who had a sick style that you didn't really see a lot of yet to that point. It was kind of like our transition out of the neon era and stuff. You know, you had a guy who wore black stuff, who had tricks that weren't just 3 backflips in a row, you know, it wasn't just grab the tip of your board, it was stuff that looked real smooth, made you want to snowboard, you know, and as far as I knew, I mean, that's the only reason I wanted to Santa Cruz snowboard, was because Chris Roach was riding one, you know.
Chris Roach? Chris Roach was always awesome.
Oh, should probably wait for this.
Yeah, get a little roachy shot.
Get a Roachy shot.
Yeah, zoom in, zoom in.
He's still got the style,
That's
too.
Rusty Roach right there.
Yeah, but you could still see it.
Ooh, that's kind of classic Roachy. So innovative. He's so innovative.
Everyone always respected Roach. He's right up there at the top of the list for all-time best styles, you know. Jamie Lynn is up there, Roach is up there. You know, he classic method grasser style, that was a Roach, you know, and just sick style overall.
Jeff Brushy too. Brushy was our pipe guy, you know. Funny story about Jeff Brushy. When I was a kid growing up in Alaska, it was well known that Jeff Brushy loved McDonald's anyway, but he came up to Alaska when the trout board came out to do a autograph signing, and we ran to the autograph signing, saw him, and then he's like, oh, I'll be riding tomorrow at Hatcher's Pass, you know, a hiking spot early in the year. So we get up there, like, I guess maybe like 20 minutes after what he said he would be there, but you know, we're figuring everybody will hike all day. And right when we get there, Brush is coming down the hill, and we're like, yes, Jeff Brushy. And we're like, what's up, man? And he's like, oh, I'm going to McDonald's. And we're like, oh, all right, I guess we missed it.
I remember it being either really cold or bad conditions.
Yeah, it was pretty bony, you know, like it's the beginning of the year, it's October, so there's rocks and stuff. And we were like, and we were little kids, so we had like ultimate rock star expectations of him. You know, we thought, okay, he's a pro, he's gonna wanna ride all day long, and he's gonna do every trick perfect, and he's gonna do it, you know, 10 times, and then he's gonna give us all free stuff. You know, that's what we thought at that time. And then he's like, see, you guys can come hang out at McDonald's if you want. And we were like, oh man. So, of course, we went to McDonald's when we were done, you know.
You know what, I still have a deep love for it, and sometimes I get the cravings for it, but I try to stay away from it. I don't eat beef no more. Oh, okay. I just eat chicken, and it's kind of mystery chicken at McDonald's.
Yeah. It's the hot dog.
Every now and then on a road trip, I'll stop in for a 6-piece.
Yeah, nice. Long live the trout.
I like to support and be a part of the legend thing just because it's it's a part of our history that everyone today has no idea. You know, every kid doesn't know that you used to not be able to have vert in a half pipe. You know, even though it's on a small scale, the contest, it helps people remember what it was like. And riding an old board, you ride like it was back then. Like, technology is a huge impact on how the style is of snowboarding now. It's good. I like seeing everybody again and hearing what they're up to, and you kind of get to see who really stuck with it as far as a passion of who still rides, like Chris Roach, he rides at Sugar Bowl all the time. It's neat. It's the only event I know of to really gather everyone together. You know.
Can you just Photoshop this? Kind of nervous. You guys nervous?
No, I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, Dave.
This guy, Grover, starting out with a hand plant, Dave SEOANE, on a binding list, if you want to call these binding straps.
You guys I hope you guys
See, do we have Jim Rippey?
If you want.
Yeah, you're next, Jim.
Yeah, Rippey.
watch out, you're gonna feel it for a week.
I had to kill it.
Okay, go.
I'm good.
You're good. Jake. And then rocker. Hold up. Prisoner. Oh!
Pretty close, man.
Uh-oh, there's Farmer.
Dude, my stance was like this. I was just like, actually, my board was sweet, but that stance was like, you gotta be kidding me. It was like, I swear it was like 15 or 16 inches. I was just like, wow. Yeah, it was silly.
Like you had to straight line to do a turn, like your tail would just didn't.
Yeah, you could get a turn, but you had to wait. You gotta wait for it to come around.
You got a good shot.
Yeah, I remember that line. That snow was so great, man. Like you could have done that all day in there. I mean, you could have like done a couple of drops and stuff, and that was sweet in there. That was great snow, man.
I don't know how
Whoa! Nice.
That looks really good.
Not bad for 84 gear.
Not bad at all.
No high backs. Gotta go hit the rollers.
Yeah.
See that heel side convert. All right, I'm gonna take a quick lunch break. I need to get some food. I haven't eaten anything all day.
In the world, Italians will not lie on American soil. It's got to be great wine. This goes to Tina.
Open it up, drink it.
But stay right there, Mike, because we have a double B here. Mike BASICH winning the men's event today at $300. from again Italy.
Open it up and drink it.
Bust it out!
$300 for Mike in cash. So Mike, what do you think it was to pitch over the top? That J tear or what?
I can definitely feel the J tear the most out of anything I did. So I'm gonna go hire a chiropractor.
2 for 1. All right, the BASICH is on top today. Give it up. I'll give you a hint. It's from Grass Valley. Chris Roach, second place. 150.
You got money.
Second place, Chris Roach. What do you got to say to your fans out there?
Thank you for being here. Thanks for coming. We had a great time.
Give it up for Chris Roach, class act right there. Always a pleasure to see him out there. Okay, in third place, Jason Borgstead. Come on up, please. We're going to figure that one out.
I would like to say a few thank yous though, because there are people that came out today, like Noah Selaznik and Chris Roach, who were kind of my heroes when I was coming up, and it was pretty awesome to see these guys snowboarding, you know. And I'd also like to thank Tom Collins for the best impersonation of a hot dog today. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Borgstead. We're going to get into our award presentations for the Legends of Tahoe Snowboarding. I was pretty excited that Damian Sanders said that he would be here. Damian was the guy that married Playmate of the Year. He went out there, he was the rock star, one of the first rock stars of snowboarding. Damian Sanders, we're honoring him this year. Unfortunately, he was injured on a motorcycle just a couple weeks ago. Damian Sanders could not be here with us. We got a nice cross rocket. We'll be sending this to him. Legendary. In fact, if he was here, he would have won the vintage clothing with that shot right there. What do you think? Okay, I'm going to open up the mic. I'm sure Joe's got something to say about this guy. Come on up, Joe. I'm putting you on the spot. Talk about Keith Kimmel.
I have a lot of memories here in snowboarding. Mike Chantry's a big memory because we used to stay at Chantry's house. But this is about Keith Kimmel. Bob Klein, Keith Kimmel, Terry Kidwell, Alan Bruce, these are all guys that I rode back in 81, 82, 83, 84, early 80s. And Keith looked a little bit like Dave SEOANE, except Keith is taller. And Keith is a really good skateboarder. I don't know if SEOANE could skateboard at all. Anyway, for Keith Kimmel.
Cover of the first snowboarding magazine.
I got the sound check. Check. We're trying to do sound check, dude, but. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we call Johnny Fame.